Dog, this episode, yo, of ReZero. I feel like I'm about to cry right now. Literally, I'm just now making this video after watching that episode, and I still have yet to recover from what the hell I just saw. Bruh, first things first, the Garfield shit, then the fucking rabbits, and then well, it's already fact. Best girl Echidna. Um, she's definitely up there with some best girl characters, right up there. Not only for this series, but definitely she's best girl material now. Now, I still am shaky on trusting her. I'm still on shaking and trusting her, but I guess to some people, if you feel like you had any doubts and you feel like, okay, I think we can actually trust her, then more power to you. What she did at the end of the episode made me go on the side a little bit of saying, okay, I think you're trustable, where you won't potentially maybe stab us in the back. Especially with the way she consoles Subaru going through the freaking increased trauma he's going through. But dude, this episode, yo, ReZero episode 8, man. My God. So, literally, this episode was, oh, we're getting on the high point. We're going to get a plan, and we're going to get out of here, find a way to stop all this crap from happening. And then you just see Subaru just break down and lose it mentally. Like, literally, from the moment Otto dies, he just starts losing it mentally. And the moment he returns by death, my God. After that, dare I say, that gory rabbit scene, I kid you not, I was shocked that I did not look away from that. One, I just gotta mention, I've watched a bunch of anime and they've had some pretty gory moments. But that by far, the Subaru rabbit death scene was the goriest scene in anime I have ever watched in my life. And you'd think they would just, move on and pan out and just show, Subaru just all the group of rabbits just eating Subaru's body from like a far away distance. No, they zoom in on that. You see them eating on that like essentially piranhas, bro. And I'm like, bro, how can I even watch this? And so all you see is his bloodied up eye as he's getting eaten and stuff, and you can just hear the voice actor screaming and everything, and it's hard to watch, man. It almost got me to the point where I almost threw up. I almost had to turn away for a second because I couldn't watch this, anymore. I'm like, I'm sorry. If I have to see that death scene again, I am turning away from not watching that. And fun fact, I believe the English dub for the anime actually came out, or the English dub for season 2 came out today. So that's another plus. Yeah. I just wanted to make my I guess you can say that's my opening monologue to this start of the episode. From the fact that Jesus, I cannot believe that actually like frickin' happened. Hold on a second, guys. Hold on a second. Okay, hey guys, sorry for that. My internet was going frickin' haywire. From one moment it's like I didn't have internet, and then now I have internet again. Anyways, back to ReZero. As I was saying, what is it right now? I think today's the first episode of the ReZero season 2 English dub. I forgot to actually speak of that for the last few weeks, but I want to get that out of the way before I talk about the episode. So if you're fans of the English dub for ReZero, that's coming out. I haven't seen it on Verve or Crunchyroll yet. So I don't know when it's going to be up there. Probably at a later time today. Who knows? I'll probably just check on Twitter or something to see when it's finally up there and you can stream it. But yeah, that's another thing you can also do if you want to rewatch, some of the first episode in the English dub if you like the English dub of ReZero. Excuse me. Anyways, my goodness. Anyways, let's get up to ReZero episode 8. So, anyways, we last left off where we ran in where Otto saved Subaru from the prison as well as we ran into Ram. Now Roswell, he told Ram to assist Subaru and Otto with with getting out of the sanctuary and stuff like that. Now Ram says that the plan is that they're gonna leave the sanctuary while Amelia takes the trial, but Subaru says no, obviously because he knows one that the moment he leaves and the moment he arrives at the mansion, Elsa's gonna be there essentially on the daylight, on the spot, just waiting and ready to kill everybody up in there and stuff like that. Now, in the meantime, he goes on to talk to Roswell. Now, there was a lot of speculation because a lot of people brought this up, is about Beatrice possibly being in the witch's cult. So Subaru does talk to Roswell. He asks Beatrice, is she a member of the witch's cult? But Roswell, questions like, why would you think that too? And stuff like that. And in the meantime, when, Subaru says that, he's obviously looking like he regrets saying it. Like, he looks like he's bothered by saying that. And even Roswell's like, why are you just sounding like so against you saying that and stuff, my dude? And stuff like that. He also says that his words aren't very convincing. Like, you don't feel like you're convinced to believe like she's the enemy. Now, Roswell goes on to say that Beatrice is not a witch cultist. And they also go in, and Subaru asks, like, well, then why does she have the book of the gospel and stuff like that? And that's when Roswell's like, look, that book is not the gospel. It's a magical text that tells the true future. Roswell also goes on to mention that there are only 2 copies that exist in this world, and it's the closest there is to the Tome of Wisdom. So it's very interesting that, Beatrice has one of these 2 books that I guess is probably like, these 2 legendary books, and stuff like that. Who knows where the other one's at? Beatrice apparently has one of the copies. And then it's also interesting the fact that the Tome of Wisdom. So I wonder what that is. If they explain what that is, please put that in the comment section. Unless, if you're a light novel reader, please do not spoil it for me. I'm interested to see what this Tome of Wisdom is. And I'm guessing it must be like some kind of, I guess you can say probably a Bible or something like that. That's the only thing I got out of it when I was watching it. So yeah. Now, Roswell actually tells Subaru to tell Beatrice, I am that person, and she'll help Subaru. And she can't override, the decision because of her contract. Now, the thing is, I know a lot of people were clamoring, like, why didn't Subaru obviously just say what Roswell a few episodes ago, told him to tell Beatrice? And even I was saying that myself. I'm like, dude, just tell, Beatrice what Roswell told you to say that and stuff like that. But my goodness. Okay. I can finally stop sneezing, please and thank you. Okay. That was the thing I was talking about. I'm like, why doesn't Subaru bring that up? He didn't bring it up. Now, I understand the reason why Subaru didn't bring it up. In the moment you're in, you're not going to remember something, especially if you're pissed off at somebody. So yeah, so even Roswell mentions like, you don't understand that meaning, don't you? So that's why he gives him this new scene and stuff like that. So, and apparently also, Beatrice has a contract, I'm guessing with Roswell, that whatever he says, she has to listen to regardless. Despite, the indifferent feeling she might feel. So that is interesting to see. Now, before Subaru leaves, he asks Roswell, like, yo, you're not my enemy, aren't you? And Roswell kind of is like, well, I'm not. I'm an ally to everyone. Again, they're hinting at the point that's like, Roswell's that one guy you can't trust. If you can compare him to any anime, character, more than likely, I've heard this a lot, is that you can compare him to Hisoka. You just don't know what you're going to get out of him. You don't know if you're going to get crazy, want to kill you, Hisoka, or Hisoka that will comply and be like, okay, I'll help you out for the better of mostly my goals. But regardless, literally, I would not be shocked if we get a point in the story where it turns out to be Roswell was pulling the strings the entire time. I would not be shocked. There's just something that I know I can't trust about this guy. And the fact that I can't trust this guy, that's just insane to say. So, anyways, Otto, Ram, and Subaru, they're all talking just to come up with a plan on how to get out of the sanctuary. And the funny thing is, they were talking about like, so how are we gonna ride Patrash? And that's essentially because only two. It looks like it's a two-person, rider. Now, at first, I thought, well, which I thought where it was going as well. Subaru was gonna say, well, Ram, you can sit on my lap essentially, and then I can carry you while we ride there. I thought that was gonna be, but before it looked like they were about to say that stuff. Bad things more if things gonna get bad enough. Garfield finds them, and he is freaking pissed. We already know how pissed he was when he found out that Subaru was gone, but this dude has a pissed beyond belief. This dude's got an aura, and he is not being cooperative. He ain't talking no more and stuff like that. And apparently, he goes on to say that due to the eyes of the sanctuary, Subaru's plans were leaked, or the plans were leaked. So whoever this eye of the sanctuary was, I'm guessing it's some sort of spy we haven't seen, who I'm guessing was probably at the prison, didn't alert anybody, it was just watching and possibly told Garfield, like, yo, this dude's out of here, and I know where he's at. And it probably also doesn't help the fact that Garfield can smell the misma coming off Subaru, so he can probably know where he's headed, regardless. Now, Garfield makes a mention about this comment saying the Hoshin was Banan's sunset. And essentially, Otto and Ram, they're like, oh, crap. Subaru doesn't understand this meaning, and Ram's like, you really are dumb, aren't you? Essentially, that statement means surrender or essentially get attacked. Or, how they said in the subs, an all-out attack. Or suffer an all-out attack. So I was like, oh, so, Garfield's not playing. He ain't letting them go. He is not doing nothing. Now, they're trying to kind of reason with Garfield. Now, my thing is this. They even tell Garfield to his face, like, yo, we're just going to leave. We're gonna go away. And stuff like that. And Garfield's like, I don't give a damn where you're going. Someone like you cannot be trusted on wherever you're going. Now, Garfield goes on to say, and Ram at first says, look, Roswell told me that I have to help this guy, and this is my job, to get him out of here. And Garfield's like, I don't give a damn about what Roswell says, because he does not care about anyone here in the sanctuary. And he even makes an interesting point. He says, and this is what I saw very interesting when he said that statement. He's like, Ram, he doesn't even care about you. And Ram's like, you're wrong about that. So, again, that's an interesting tidbit. Do you think, because we know Roswell has some sort of special relationship with Ram, although I don't know if it's like, some sort of romantic type of relationship or some kind of just super close relationship. Again, it brings up the fact, should we trust Roswell by everything he says? To Ram, she trusts him, of course. Now, we don't know details in that, but hopefully we find out going in the future and stuff like that. Anyways, Ram kind of creates a distraction and stuff like that. Now, thanks to the people of Arlim, thanks to, they're helping Subaru get to the barrier and escape the sanctuary. But then they hear this roar, this huge giant attack hits, everybody's hit, and next thing you know, okay, so if it wasn't bad, this has got worse now. Okay, so you know how Frederica, I believe it was 2 weeks ago, transformed into that, what looked to be Renamon from Digimon, or Tails from Sonic, just some kind of tiger-looking character, a saber-toothed tiger, with, like, a few tails and stuff like that. Garfield can double what she can do. I don't know if Frederica can transform as big as Garfield can if she gets provoked enough. But Garfield, I kid you not, when I saw this, I was literally, and excuse my language, but I was like, what the fuck? This dude is a whole ass, huge, giant Bengal tiger. I kid you not. This man is a Bengal tiger standing on 2 damn legs, looking like he's trying to murder people or murk people. I saw this, I was like, oh, yeah, they're fucked. I was like, how are they gonna get out of this? So the one thing is, a lot of people are like, I hope this is the thing where Subaru somehow gets past this, because everything that happened with the auto development and everything last week, that can't be ruined. It was. Because, you know, after they get attacked, Subaru's just seeing this, and he's like, fuck, we're fucked. And he's like, look, Garfield, I will listen to you. Jess, I will listen to you. I will comply. I will go back to the dungeon prison. But I'm guessing Garfield, because he was too pissed, and I'm guessing he's in his animal form or whatever, his demi-human form. He honestly gives no Fs. He goes into strike, and I'm like, bro, you cannot be kidding me. Is this how Subaru's gonna die? Haha, you know about the development about Otto? Well, Otto kicks the bucket here. He takes the hit for Subaru, and he dies. I was utterly shocked. I was like, wow. Wow. All that development last week, gone just like that. Subaru gets flown back. You just see Garfield tearing through the rest of the villagers, because they're standing up there like, you will not get to Subaru. So, one, I can already say that maybe some other villagers on the way were already killed, including Ram was already probably killed by Garfield as well. Because even Garfield said, look, I may like you, but that doesn't mean I'm going to bat an eye about this, which, can I just say, give him, well, I won't give him props, but can I just say Garfield is legit? I think for anybody that has a crush, or somebody a girl they like in terms of a guy, the fact that you would actually even have the audacity to attack somebody if they were to get in your way because you have a certain belief, and you still attack them regardless, despite how you feel towards them, because mostly, you know, if you like somebody, you're not going to hurt them, unless you're really determined to get out the way, unlike Garfield, who was really determined to catch Subaru. So anyways, you just see the villagers just get mauled, and Subaru's like, stop, 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 stop. And you can see this is the start of Subaru losing his mind. He's legit losing it. Mentally up here, he's losing it. The auto death lost it for him, because after everything that happened last week, he lost somebody he can consider a friend. You know, now that auto death, he's just losing it. And then Patrash, he kind of, you know, sacrifices his life for Subaru as well, and he dies. And next thing you know, it looks like Subaru's gonna die, but then you see that blue crystal, and then he's apparently, you know, warped back to the dungeon again. He steps outside, and when he steps outside, it's snowing and everything. So he goes back to the village because he's still in the sanctuary. There is nobody there. The villagers are all gone. Roswell is not in his bed. It seems like nobody's in the sanctuary. So he's walking on this winter tundra area, just this open land. He sees this bunny. And I'm like, don't tell me, dude. I'm like, and he sees the bunny. He starts reaching for the bunny, and I'm like, bro, do not reach for the effing bunny. And guess what? I was right, because the damn bunny bites his hand off. And then, come to think of it, you know, he stumbles back. He looks down. His whole left leg is gone. And he's like, how does this happen? You see 2 other bunnies start popping up. And the next thing you know, this man, Subaru, is surrounded by thousands of these man-eating bunnies. And they just flood in on him, and I swear, that they literally have the goriest death in all of ReZero up to this point animated. I am shocked that they even showed all this. I thought they would pan out from a distance and just see, you can see just the thousands of bunnies all over him trying to eat at Subaru. you know. But no, they did a close up, man. And the last thing you just see before it cuts off the black screen, you just see the freaking bunny jump right on his face, or whatever is left of his face, and just eat his damn eye. I was like, oh my god. One, that was hard to watch because it was gory as hell, but that was just painful to watch. My god. They showed a little snippet about it, and I was like, I can't watch this. I can't watch this. Anyways, he returns by death for, I believe, what it is, the 4th time. So if he steps outside that damn sanctuary, who knows? Everything that just previously happened, the development with Otto. Now Garfield is gonna be, well, the moment he leaves the sanctuary, Garfield's gonna even be more on his ass. You know? And honestly, it might be on the point where the moment there's alone time, he might just get him in his damn sleep. Bruh, this is probably the worst possible, corner or in a hole Subaru's been in, like, ever in this show. There is literally nothing he can do to get out of this. I don't know how he's going to get out of this situation. Huh. Okay. So, anyways, he returns by death, but this man, he's lost it mentally. He's just slamming his freaking head across the ground. And the next thing you know, Echidna brings Subaru back to the tea party area and the Windows XP screen. The reason why Subaru didn't lose it crazily and stuff like that is because the tea he drank gave him stability not to go absolutely batshit crazy. Even though he was going on, essentially on the area of going batshit crazy. Now, Subaru goes on to ask Echidna not to erase his memories of her when he returns back to the real world, and stuff like that. And Echidna's like, okay, fine. I guess that's a promise I can do. Now, Echidna, and though the funny part is, he gets really close after saying thank you and everything, and she starts to be like, get all flustered. She's like, oh my goodness, whoa, and she's like, oh. So, stuff like that. Subaru then asks Echidna how much does she know about him and stuff like that. And Echidna's like, well, I've been seeing everything. So, yeah, I know everything. What you've been going through. And Echidna, asks Subaru to test her. And essentially, knowing the risk well and known and what might happen to him, Subaru says that to Echidna that he returns by death. And nothing happens. No pain happens. Nothing happens when he says it, return by death. And then, Echidna's kind of like, oh, okay, I know now, and stuff like that. But then you just see Subaru just keep saying it again and again and again. And Echidna's like, whoa, calm down, man. I heard you before. Calm down. You don't have to continuously say it. But he's continuously saying it until he gets on his knees and starts crying. I mean, you can see he's clearly losing it because of it. But the meaning behind it, the reason why he just kept repeatedly saying, return by death, return by death, I return by death, I return by death, I return by death. The reason why he kept on saying it is because Echidna is the first person he's ever, he's ever talked to when referring return by death and its powers. And the fact that he's finally letting it all out and stuff like that, because this is legit the first person where he's telling, I'm returning by death. I can essentially change the flow of time because of doing this. And, things like that. And the fact that I just can't tell anybody in the real world what I'm doing, but I can tell you it just gets him emotional. Then Echidna gets to his level. She consoles him. She doesn't really hug him, but she consoles him by putting, a hand on his face and everything, and consoling his head, like, you can say caressing his hair and stuff like that. And Echidna, says she wants him to tell her everything, that he's going through, how you're feeling, the way you're acting, your beliefs, and everything, essentially. And that's when the episode ends off. So, again, like I said, if you saw that moment and, You can't say Echidna is not best girl material. I don't know what that says because after seeing that moment, I'm like, damn. I really don't hope Echidna turns on Subaru. I really do hope she stays like an ally to him and she's someone we can trust. Because the way she consoled him, that's like best girl material. That's like, a girl that cares about you, consoling you in your time of need. And I think that's what Subaru needs, you know. So that's when the episode ends off. There's no post-credit scene. I envision he goes back to the real world much better. Hopefully he can get out of this situation, man. Hopefully he can get out of this situation. So yeah, this episode was really great. I enjoyed this episode and I can't wait for next week for episode 9. So other than that, guys, I'm gonna go out of here. I'm gonna catch you guys in the next episode. So I'll see you guys next Wednesday for ReZero Season 9. Season 9. Wow, that would be great. Season 2, Episode 9 review. Till then, guys, hopefully you guys have a great day. If you guys liked the video, leave a like, put in the comment section. What's your thoughts on this episode? Do you think, are you on the Echidna Best Girl bandwagon? Again, do not post spoilers for future events regarding future light novel things, as well hit that subscribe button if you want to get more ReZero content. So till then, guys, I'm going to get over here. Hopefully you have a great rest of your day and stay safe out there. Till then, peace.